Basil, is this the tree you want?
I thought you were.
Look.
I thought you were talking about these.
Do a close up. Look how fluffy.
Yeah, I don't see any more. Oh wait, there's a bunch over there.
You're welcome. My husband and I decided we should go to our local nursery. I got some stuff there. The nursery is so cute. It had like chickens and there were these birds like flying everywhere. It had so many trees. Let me go over what I bought. I did control myself. There were so many flowers. There were, again, so many trees. And I'm really proud of myself for having self-control. So let's go over what I bought. Strawberries. I got 3 of these. I have an idea where I'm gonna plant these. It's where my basil is currently. I'm gonna take that basil out and plant it in one of these large pots over here. I got dill. Dill smells so good. Bought some fennel. It looks the same. I don't even know what the difference is, but my husband wanted fennel and I wanted the dill, so it does smell a little different. Well, we'll see how we're going to use these. Cilantro. I love cilantro. I also love parsley, but they didn't have any parsley. It smells so good. I want to eat it already. Oh my god. Tomato plant. I don't even know what kind of tomatoes these are. It just said tomato, and I just like how it smells, and it has a little tomato already. But I figured I can separate these, and I have 2 tomato plants, and I'm gonna plant one directly in the ground and one in one of these containers and see how it goes. Now I do have the tomato seeds that I planted last week and they did sprout, so I have those. We're gonna plant those all around the garden. I want a lot of tomatoes. Bell peppers, and then oh my gosh, habanero. We got some habanero peppers. I've been saving the basil cuttings. We've been eating basil on everything lately, and every time I have some basil, I save the cuttings and I put it in this little glass, and they've all rooted. Bam. Ooh. Bam. Bam. Also rooted. I think they've literally all rooted, and it takes not even a week, I think, for them to root. See, this is a new one. Again, I've been eating them every day, and I just shove them all in the same little bit in the same glass container. Oh, this one must have been like a super recent one. Oh, it has a little root. And I like to leave just a few leaves on top, even though these leaves have grown. They were literally the size of the very small ones. I just leave a few so they can still get some energy from the sun. This pineapple top, and I thought it didn't root, but it did. I bought a pineapple the other day, and it does have it has a few little roots here. So I'm just gonna put this in one of the containers as well, and hopefully it does better because it's kind of getting all old and brittly. Lastly, I have more expired seeds. So I have lettuce, carrots, 2018. So that's great. We're gonna give it a try. I also got some soil. I think we got 3 bags because we need to fill up these containers. I'm going to remove one of these cucumber seedlings. Oop. Oh, those are the pineapple roots. Okay, I'm gonna plant it in this other container. Wow, these pineapple roots are doing good. Oh, that's exciting. We'll do one of the basil cuttings. We'll do one of the tomatoes in here too, in this other corner. Oh, whoa. Yeah. I'm just gonna have to. This big one I'll plant in the ground directly, and this one we'll plant in this corner over here. Okay, so I'm actually going to take this one and this. I'm gonna try to plant it pretty deep. Yep. And I guess I can plant the fennel in here. Separate. Oh, I could plant it in some of the other containers too. So, and I'm gonna need to label these because I won't know that this is fennel. Maybe I'll do 3 planted here. All I could find is these shells, so I'll use this. And I think I want to plant some carrots in here. Oh, it says also have, it's good to plant some radishes with it. I think I do have radish seeds. Oh my gosh. There's so little. And cover the row. I have these radish pods from a while ago, so I'm gonna put my shell there. Let's see if there are any seeds in any of these. Oh, there's some seeds. All right. I hope these seeds are still viable because these pods are pretty old as well. Everything's old here. You guys see them? We'll do 2 here and then 2 somewhere else. Basil. Okay, where will we put the bell pepper? We'll just do the bell peppers like in the middle here. In the middle. Basil here. Radishes here. Carrots here. A little bit of more water. It's the next day. I still have a lot of things to plant. All the strawberries, the dill, the cilantro, one of the bell pepper, and one of the habaneros. I ran out of soil yesterday, so my husband went and got some more today so I can fill up a few of the other containers. But let me show you what I did yesterday that I didn't get a chance to record because my phone was running out of battery. Finished this one, habanero, and then I got radishes and carrots here, basil, nasturtium, more basil, fennel, and I planted some lettuce seeds. Now I don't know if the lettuce, the radish, and carrots are going to sprout just because they're old seeds. I left one of the cucumber seedlings here. We're gonna see how that's gonna work, but this one's doing pretty well. The tomato from yesterday, fennel, basil, the other cucumber. But I also placed the pineapple top, and as you can see, I just kind of surrounded it with a little bit of soil. We don't want it really deep in there because you don't want it to rot. If the leaves are covered in soil, there's a good chance that your pineapple top will rot. So I kind of just literally place it on top like so. I have the other tomato plant, one of the bell pepper plants, and one of the habanero plants. So we'll see how they do over here versus how they do in the containers. But let's get this soil in some of the containers and finish planting. Oh my God, this is not enough soil. Let me fill it up over here. And that way you can climb up here. All right, now climb out. Climb out. Here, let me build you a little wall. There you go. You can do it. Get out of there. Go this way. That way. Go that way. Yep. That way. Go climb up there. There you go. Thank you. He's okay. He's over here. Cilantro right here. That much. And then a little bit of dill. Oh my God, the dill smells so good. Like half. We'll do half. Basil cuttings. Let's do one like right here. Do this one. And I'm not gonna label that. Oh, I took two. Like in the corner over here. Grab a few radish seeds. Oh, they spilled over. Oh well. You know, wherever they grow, if they grow. Fingers crossed they grow. Carrots. Now I have leftover nasturtium seeds, so I want to plop them somewhere. I'm going to put one over here. Where should I put this one? Maybe like up here. I've decided I want to plant the rest of the cilantro, dill, and basil, and also I found these nasturtium seeds. Hopefully they're still viable. So let's fill up this. I should have bought some perlite. I haven't, so I'm just gonna use this. This soil isn't really good for drainage purposes. That's why I really should have perlite with it, but I don't. We're still gonna go with it because I just don't feel like going to the store right now. Nasturtium seeds in here. Let's add a basil cutting here, cutting here. It's Halloween and I have not planted the strawberries, and actually there is a little flower growing. I also went to Home Depot to buy more soil and to buy this eggplant. I didn't really plan on buying eggplants, but I saw this one. It has actually 2 plants in here. The other ones had 1. So I feel like this was a good deal. I don't know. It was, I think it was like no, not 15, maybe $10. $10 to $15. Still expensive, right? But I couldn't help myself. I really want to plant some eggplants. So we're going to do that today. And this one also has flowers. So we're gonna get to that today. Hold on, let me get my other strawberries. One more bell pepper and one more habanero. I just have to decide where I wanna plant these. The strawberries, I already know. So we're gonna have to go and pull out the basil. But before I pull the basil out, I need to find a spot to replant it. So I'm gonna have to fill up one of these containers with some of that potting soil. I bought more potting soil and I bought more perlite because the raised bed garden soil that we bought last week is not very friendly for pots, so I feel like it needs some perlite for drainage. All right, let's see which of these larger containers we can fill up with some soil so we can move the basil. Somebody was munching on my radish seeds. No. Okay. You know what? I think this one back here. We'll do that one. Let me give you a close-up. Come on over. So we can plant it in this one. I have one tomato. So all the other tomatoes were destroyed by a squirrel or something. It just came around and just destroyed everything. I literally only have one left. So I'm going to plant all the basil cuttings in here. Did I mention I got more shells for labeling? Yes. Okay, so we're going to plant the strawberries up here. So I'm going to remove all of these basil plants and we're going to plant, oh, I got more tomato seedlings here. Okay, we're going to pull out these little baby tomato plants and maybe we'll leave this basil over here. Oh, there's another tomato one. I think what I'm going to do is remove all three and plant the one strawberry plant here, and I'll plant one strawberry plant in here, and I'll remove all of this, probably keep the nasturtiums. Also, I think these are my little papaya seedlings. Okay, so I planted, I don't know how many papaya seeds, maybe 5-ish or so, and I hope these are not weeds. I hope it's papaya because I planted some in here too. But as you can see, birds and whatever are just digging in here and just eating all my seeds. Okay, fingers crossed, these are papayas. Oh, they're really in there, huh? Oh my God, basil smells so freaking good. Okay. We're gonna add more soil in here later, like literally all the way to the top for the strawberries. Okay, let's pull this guy out. And this guy. 4 tomato seedlings and my basil. Got a box of potting soil and some perlite. Fill this. A bit down here too, why not? This one's gonna go on the tippy top. I don't know if I should try to loosen some of these roots. I don't know, it feels like I'm just damaging them. I think I'm gonna plant the tomato seedlings in here. Hopefully they survive. And the rest of this, I'm gonna plant the third strawberry plant in here. Okay, I need more soil. So now I'm just gonna even it out with more soil. see if it's enough. Plant one of these eggplants in here. Whoa. Nice. Okay. Let's see if I can separate these. Can I? Should I leave them together? You know what? I'm gonna leave these together. I'm just gonna plant them in here. Let's see. That seems good. Here's the end result. Habanero peppers, bell peppers, basil, and I moved the tomato seedling over here. All my other things that I mentioned before. Let's see, did I plant anything else here? No. All right, so let's go. I do have to repot this because I want to add some perlite into this soil over here. So we'll do that later. But here is the eggplant with some basil down here. And I've watered all of the little tomato seedlings. They look much better now. Basil, the strawberry plant, more basil, and here are the other strawberries. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I don't know what I'm going to do in the next one. I do have to repot the mulberry tree that's in one of the containers. I grew it from a cutting. I've mentioned it in many of my videos, so I think that's what I'm going to do next, and I'll try to record it, but I'm going to plant it directly in the ground, and I don't know if I want to plant it in the front yard or the backyard. We'll see, but that's something to look forward to, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!